Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my Cowboys family here on my Cowboys family channel on YouTube. Um, Hope everyone's doing great. Let me check the audio here. We're going to go through some interesting and concerning um, discussions here about our offensive line, defensive line, and other things. What's up? Number one again. I am Hater. The Super Flash. What's up? How you doing? There we go. Audio checks in and works. All right. So let me run over, guys. Yes, I know I am a hater is a Giants fan, and that is our opponent this week. So It's gonna be a quick live stream tonight, guys. I'm just gonna don't really have much time, and I want to catch the New Orleans game. That is part of the Cowboys' plan to get back to have any chances to make the playoffs. I got my UCF Knights right here. You know that black and gold. That's what the New Orleans Saints are, and we need them to win tonight against the Falcons. We need them to beat the Atlanta Falcons tonight. So for one evening, I'm cheering on those Saints. So guys, let me start off with let me see everybody out there doing good tonight. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell so you know when we're going live, guys. Let's see here. Just want to make sure it's going through all right. We got it. So, guys, injuries. All right. Let's start with that. There was a couple changes today on the injury report, but there was a new addition to it. Brice Butler. All right, Brice Butler, our wide receiver, our fourth receiver, but he plays often in the games. He has a foot injury. He sustained it. I'm pretty sure he sustained it either yesterday's practice or late into yesterday's practice or early today. So either way, he was limited. But the reports are he should be good to go for the game on Sunday. What's up, DJ Crown J? How you doing? You're in the house. That's right. We also have an improvement to Justin Durant, our backup linebacker. He provides depth for us. He had a concussion. He missed last week's game because of the concussion. He was limited today, which means he's out of the concussion protocol, which means that there is a chance he plays. And with our linebacker situation, he might be a very necessary part that is required out there on Sunday. Let's see. I am a hater. Says feels so bad not to have an offensive line. I know. I mean you saw. I mean we are the Cowboy fans here. I know you're a Giants fan, but the Cowboy fans we saw what our team looks like out there, and so did everybody else watching on national television, whether it was against the Eagles or the Chargers. Everybody had to see what happens when you're missing a piece of your offensive line, whether it was Tyron Smith for 2 games, Zach Martin, and then you have Chaz Green coming in, disastrous, Byron Bell, disastrous, and Joe Looney, disastrous. So, a lot of issues there when your line breaks down. That's one position out of the 5 for the Cowboys. So, when you're the Giants, you have injuries to a already weakened offensive line. There should be no way the Giants beat us on paper. There should be no reason why they beat us. But, hey, that's why they play the games. And now, guys, the biggest difference, I guess you can say, I guess improvement, because we have Brice Butler get added onto the list. We got Durant, getting off of the not practicing list, so he was limited. But the other difference one was our left tackle, Tyron Smith. Obviously, a vital piece of the Cowboys' offensive line, as we were just talking about. What's up, D. Will? How you doing? Yeah, we're going to be talking about David Irving because that's the one that concerns me. I'm hearing bad things about that, and that would be a major issue for our Cowboys this weekend. So Tyron Smith, left tackle, he was not practicing his usual Wednesday vet day. He gets a rest day. But he was limited at practice today, which is a great sign because last week I think he had 2 did not practices, and then he was limited. Either way, as long as there's no setbacks, anything with his back or his hip or his groin, we're going to be good to go with him. He's pretty much 100% in that sense. So expect him tomorrow to be even full at practice. Now let's see. We had Dak. Now Dak, he was full at practice today, guys. He had hurt his hand yesterday. He had his first practice back. He did fantastic. What's up, Buddy Johnson? How you doing? I know. I heard about John Gruden. I think I heard that on Monday Night Football about him being interested in the Giants spot. But I hope he comes to Dallas. I'd much rather see him in Big D than in NYG. All right, we got to get on Eli early. That is for sure. But we'll talk about that. Let me just go through this quick news here, guys. So the Cowboys today practice outside. because of the bad weather in Dallas right now. It's and I say bad weather for them. It's bad. It's like 40 degrees today. So they were Jason Garrett. One of the more, I guess, intelligent moves he's made, I guess you could say. I see these little things as important. So he got his team out of the practice facility, which was indoors, and he got them outside in the cold to reenact basically what it's going to be like when we play the Giants. It's going to be about 35 to 45 degrees, and why not roll the dice? Not roll that. Why not go out there in Dallas? You're still in Dallas, and get used to that weather. Now it's going to be a little worse, and for some reason, I just have a feeling it's going to be windier and a little bit colder. But at least it's as close as possible. It's just getting them used to it, guys. And Dak Prescott tried to wear a glove for the game, for the practice, but he was trying that in practice today. I don't know if it's for the cold or for his hand protection or both. Either way, he's not expected to wear it, the glove on Sunday, which I think I remember him wearing it once before, and I did not like him wearing the glove, and I think he actually didn't look that good passing the ball when it came to wearing a glove. So I'm rather he's gloveless, so to speak. Brice Butler, again, I'm going to just say his foot injury added to the injury report. He was limited in practice. Tyron Smith and Justin Durant are both back to a limited basis. Let's see here. We still, unfortunately, guys, and that's the thing, these are the other injuries. We know that Orlando Scandrick, the cornerback, with his back injury, has basically a couple broken bones in his back. But it's not as serious as it sounds, but it is something to be concerned with. We know he's missing this weekend. They didn't officially rule him out, but you can basically call it. What's up, Cruisin'? How you doing? Is that what he said? Skip Bayless is an idiot, and that's why I don't listen to him. I'm glad you heard that, Cruisin'. And another Giants fan there. At least you guys are sticking with your teams. Much respect on that side of things, guys, because I do respect. I don't care which, even the Eagles fans. I mean, as long as you stay true to your team when they're winning or losing, that's all that matters, guys. So let's see here. We got Scandrick, who's out. We have Dak, who is full at practice. We had Malik Collins with his usual limited practices because of his foot management. La'el Collins missed another practice, and I don't like that, but I think this is a similar situation as last week. He missed all 3 practices, and then he played. Pretty much game time decision last week. Now he had 10 more days after another game. He should be good to go. I foresee him to play. So that pretty much shores up our offensive line. To me, that's more important than Sean Lee. To me, that's more important than Dak Prescott. To me, that's more important than Zeke. So the offensive line healthy and 100% or close to 100% as possible, which is pretty good right now with the rest they're getting. I like our chances to beat the Giants when you look at it in that format. We also have, but the one that's really the concerning one to me is on defense. And as D. Will and others have said on here, David Irving. That's the one that we need. We need him in there on defense, guys, to really shake things up inside. The offensive line for the Giants are weak, but our replacement for him would be weak. I mean, the Dante Jones or the Tone Jones, I think his name was, he would be he was signed by us like a week ago. So I don't know if he would be somebody we would want to throw into the fire, so to speak. So I think that we gotta be careful about that. That would be a spot we have to watch if David Irving cannot play. But I would see Roger Ashe in that spot. He's the next man up in that spot, and I just don't know. He's not going to provide the same kind of things that David Irving can do, and the same kind of disruptions that David Irving does. The same kind of double teams that he demands. You're not going to see that from Richard Ashe. So that means more blocking help with DeMarcus Lawrence. That means more blocking help with Malik Collins, more blocking help with Tyrone Crawford and the backups, Mayowa and Taco. More blocking help with them because they don't have to concentrate as much because Richard Ashe probably won't be able to break through like David Irving does. So we need him out there. That's the worrisome one. We got to look at the injury report tomorrow for 2 players. This are the 2 key guys. We know Scandrick's not playing. We know Lee is. We know Dak is. So all those question marks are pretty much resolved. We know Brice Butler probably will play. We know that Durant has a chance to play, maybe a bit inactive just because we need to have an inactive or 2. That's not the base 5 that we basically put out there every time. So when you look at it and you look at the breakdown, La'el Collins, just even though it looks good, he's going to play. He still has to. I want him to see out there limited practice tomorrow. I'm hoping for it. And David Irving. I think Collins is more important, but David Irving is a close, like a 1A, 1B kind of situation. So David Irving's like 1B. We need it out. We need him out there. We need him to wreak havoc on the Giants' offensive line and get in Eli's face, force him. He's not mobile. Force him to make bad passes, interceptions, throwaways, whatever you want to call it. Just no stupid penalties on the quarterback when you're sacking him. hands to the face or touching them too hard, because they do call a lot of flags when you push a Manning brother down to the ground. So keep an eye on that. But again, when you look at the whole situation, I think that they have no real running back. Orleans Darkwa is their best guy probably, and he's speedy, he's fast, but I don't think he'll be able to. He's a poor man's Chris Thompson. I guess the best thing you can say about him, if that. Their best player, I think, as far as offensive power, is Evan Ingram. That's who's left, and it depends if Sterling Sharp does play. If he has a hamstring. He did not practice, but today he was limited for the Giants. Their offensive lineman was also limited, a tackle from a concussion, Chad Wheeler. So those two guys look like they're heading towards the playing position. But then you have Orleans Darkwa, who was not on the injury report yesterday, and today he did not practice. I'm not sure what's went on with that. It looks like it's an illness, but no details on that. And Eli Apple did not practice again. Janoris Jenkins, he's out, guys, for the year. Jason Pierre-Paul with a finger injury, no pun intended there. He actually does have one, but he did not practice. Probably just a vet thing for him. I wouldn't read too much into that. Justin Pugh, former Cowboy offensive lineman, was limited yesterday. Today did not practice. So, just some things to keep in mind. These are offensive linemen that are starters that are hurt, banged up on a already bad offensive line with already backups on it. Their big loss, though, was announced today, and I kind of assumed this. I was asking, I was kind of trying to find out more about this, and Jonathan Casillas, he's a linebacker for the Giants, and I thought he looked pretty good against us when the Giants played us week 1. I definitely took note. He had a neck and wrist injury. Did not practice yesterday. Today he went on to the injury reserve. He's IR'd, so that's a starting linebacker, and he was actually pretty good. I got to say, I did like what I saw from him, and I say like, I mean, as a football fan, not as a Cowboy fan, but he was like one of their better linebackers out there, I felt, when he played us in week 1, and he's not there for the rest of the year. They just lost him. So that's pretty big news, I think, in a kind of a, I don't know, I guess you could say a dark horse kind of way, it's kind of in the background, but it might be more important people realize. So yeah, they have their share of injuries to the Giants. Let me catch up a couple of questions, guys. Dak Attack, Rico Gathers, what's up, D-Will? Thank you. Noah Brown, yeah, I like Noah Brown. He'll be out there, guys. What's up, Hollyway? How you doing? Eli going to be mad. He's going to go off on the Cowboys. If he has time, you're right. I do agree with you, Hollyway, that there is that chance that can happen. Eli has done that to us multiple times in his career. Bad or good, when we were good, or they're bad, or vice versa. We're bad, they're good. Either way, Eli somehow, especially at the end of the half, he always squeaks out 3 points at least from us, against us. So if you give him time, he can hurt you. I just don't think he's an accurate when you give him time. A quarterback. He's not an accurate quarterback when you give him time, and when you don't give him time, he is horrible. So I think that with no offensive line, no running game, and really their receiving core is kind of broken. No Odell, no Brandon Marshall, Sterling Shepard's hurt, he's limited, but he's probably not going to be 100%, even if he does play. Their best player is Evan Ingram, their tight end, the most dynamic player, I would say, receiver, kind of a big receiver type player. I think he's the one we got to watch. I think Byron Jones going to help lock him down, and he's going to have help from a bunch of rookies back there this weekend, guys. We're going to have, with Skandrick gone on our cornerbacks, you're going to have Jordan Lewis and Chidobe Awuzie starting, with Xavier Woods coming in as corner and sometimes at safety, and Kevon Frazier coming in. He's not a rookie, but those are the 3 rookies that are playing, and then you're going to have Byron Jones playing like a hybrid position, even sometimes maybe a linebacker in a dime defense. So you're going to see Byron Jones out there all over the place, safety, corner, tight end, playing the slot, whatever it is, where he's going to play the tight end, he's going to play the slot guy, middle zone, whatever it may be, whatever is needed from him. He's versatile. He can do a lot of things. So, I think that we're looking good for this Giants game. I think we're going to be able to put some pressure on Eli, and if David Irving's in there, I think there's no excuses. We deserve to lose. If we lose, we deserve it. We deserve to not even come close to the playoffs. Jalen Smith, big-time player. He's definitely improving a lot, D-Will. He's not there yet, but you can see the improvement from week 1 to last week. You can see the huge difference in Jalen Smith and in the way that he's improved his speed, his tackling, his awareness of the game and on the defense. Buddy Johnson, how you doing? To me, Skip ain't a real fan. I agree. He's not a real fan, man. He's really doing it for the ratings and he's just a character. He's a character. Maybe the real guy is a fan, but he still has to play the character. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Cruz, and it's Jordan Lewis. Awuzie, a good corner. I mean, again, I think him and number 33 Awuzie and number 27 Jordan Lewis both can tackle well. They are good tacklers. I don't care what rookies or not. They are good tacklers, solid tacklers. I feel better with them out there than any of the other corners we've had in the last couple of years, and that includes Byron Jones and Claiborne. They weren't very good at tackling either. I mean, I guess Carr was the better one of the two, but I've just never seen rookies come out and tackle so solidly in the running game or in quick bubble screen receiver passes, whatever, to the flats. They make great adjustments, great attack from A to B point A to point B, and the way they flatter the ball is fantastic. I love it. So we'll see. I do think a lot of good is going to come from. You're going to see a lot from these guys this game, and also Xavier Woods going to be. I don't know if he's going to be starting, but he'll be out there for a lot of the game for sure. Whether at corner or safety, kind of like Byron Jones, he can kind of do both. So watch for him, doing the same thing, and so can Awuzie. So yeah, I know DJ Crown J. It's hard to get out of that concussion protocol this fast, and that's what sucks. David Irving, if he's still in it, then I don't know. It's gonna stink. Yeah, I know. Wally Gallman is a good, but has he been injured? I thought he's been banged around a little bit. Wayne Gallman. Let me know, Cruz and D. Will. Let's see. Dez will be big. We'll see. I think that with the Giants, they have a passing game, a defensive passing game that's ranked 30th in the NFL right now. It's horrific. But even worse than that, they're 32nd in the run. Now, I know that's inflated numbers because of the situational football that they've been in, whether it's because they've been putting their backs against the wall because Eli or somebody has turned the ball over and now the defense has to stop them from a touchdown, so they're allowing points. This is in yardage, though. They're allowing a lot of yards. And so teams can pick them apart when they're on top of them early. So this is the problem with the Giants, and it's now with all these other injuries to make their defense even hampered that much more, they're going to have trouble stopping us if we run the ball and focus on that. First and foremost, establish the run, we win the game. With our offensive line, I don't care who's running back. We win the game. I don't care about the Eli situation or the general manager situation. I think the Cowboys win the game. And we establish that. I think it's a done deal. And that's without if we didn't have Sean Lee, we didn't have David Irving, I still think we probably win the game if we can run the ball and establish the run first. In the long run, we win. So let's see here. Why is Dak so bad without Zeke? I don't know. I wouldn't really say that he's bad without Zeke. It's more the offensive line kind of coincided with Zeke's suspension. So, when Zeke was suspended, that's when we lost Tyron Smith. If we didn't have Tyron Smith the week before that, I don't think Zeke would have done that well. I don't think we would have beaten the Chiefs. But this is I do think it's a big difference when you're losing one of your top offensive linemen, Zach Martin. We had Joe Looney replace him. That's like you're playing with Zach Martin with one. You have he has one leg out there. If you want to compare to that, I mean Looney was so lost. He looked loony out there, and then you have Chaz Green debacle, that whole thing, and again I think that after that game, that was the next game. That was the first game without Zeke, but the first game without Tyron Smith. That's when you saw the big downgrade. That's when you saw Dak get nervous and feeling the pressure. He heard footsteps constantly the next game against the Eagles, the next game against the Chargers. So I think once we got Tyron Smith back and Zach Martin back at the same time, the footsteps subsided. And you saw what happened against the Redskins. Again, not a great team, but I think that we did what we were supposed to do to a division rival who's not horrible, because they beaten teams like the Seahawks. They beat teams in Seattle. They beat teams in LA Rams. And they gave other teams a great run for their money, whether it's the Raiders by beating them or the Vikings. My point is that they've been very good this year, and we've swept them. We did what we were supposed to do. And we did it with a healthy offensive line in both games, and that's why we did it that way. We did what we were supposed to do. That's what I'm saying about that game. Let's see here. What's up, Anthony Mixon? How you doing? You think you should put Noah Brown more? I mean, I like Noah Brown in there. I think right now it's kind of like the Jalen Smith. These rookies, why I'm trying to ease him in. So you don't want to rush him in there if you don't have to, but if nobody's covering him and he's open, I think he can catch the ball almost every time. So I haven't seen him drop many passes. He's made some great stuff out there, and he's a good blocker too. So I like him. Goat, how you doing, man? Subscribe if you haven't. Good to see new people, new names out here, or names that are rare. I like with all the input guys from all the teams. So Goat says, really need to put Byron at what he is true, and that is deep coverage. And if he is, and Byron Jones goes back down there, I mean, that's another place. He plays safety. I like him back there, but I like him at playing tight ends or playing slot receivers. I think he's good at bump and run coverage. It's just got to be Marinelli's got to put him up there and make him be physical. And I think when you don't give Eli Manning time, they're going to be looking to do quick passing, quick slants. You got to shore that part up. And you got Hitchens and Lee in there this game. That's all we need. We don't need a third linebacker. Damian Wilson will make an appearance here and there, but it's going to be just basically Sean Lee and Damian Wilson. I mean, Sean Lee and Anthony Hitchens. So you're going to have the two corners, the rookies, and you're going to have probably Byron Jones playing sometimes. You're going to have Xavier Woods playing as a third corner. That's going to be freaky because we got our three corners going to be rookies, along with the two solid veteran linebackers, and you know, Heath and Frazier switching up, and Byron Jones on the other side, you know, occasionally switching up as well with with an Xavier Woods style. So again, all these pieces are going to be flowing, and I like it. I think we can do well. I think Marinelli is good at doing that. I just think he needs to get in his coaches to put a little more a little more pressure on the receivers, because especially in this game when we can get to Eli. All right, let me get back. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to go up, but thank you for that question. Good question. We're not going to lose out. I don't think we will lose out cruising. D. Will says Xavier Woods hitting better than Heath. Heath hits well. He just doesn't wrap his arms for tackles. Peanut, what's up, man? Getting close to game day. I know. I love it. I can't wait. D. Will, playoff picture. I know. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Let me get back to some. I'm going to go finish off these questions, and I'm going to get back to a couple more things I want to discuss. And then we're going to call it a night, guys. I want to watch the game. I want to watch the Saints game again. This is as close as I get to being a Saints fan tonight. UCF, black and gold. You know. That reminds me of the Saints. We need them to win tonight, guys. We're going to talk about that as we finish up here. But let me look here. Buddy Johnson, how bad is David Irving's concussion? I think he's still in protocol. I'm hoping to hear something. He'll be out and practicing tomorrow. Have not heard yet anything. If it does happen, not on this stream, I will make sure you have the notification bell on, guys, because I will post a quick one if we hear anything about David Irving possibly practicing or not practicing tomorrow. That's big news either way. So we'll keep up. That's one of the bigger things to look at. And Lael Collins. Those are the two big injuries we want to keep an eye on. The rest of the stuff we kind of know. Skandrick's out. Everybody else is in. Durant's a question mark, but not the biggest piece that we need at this moment. We need these other guys first. So let me see here. Goat says, I just looked at our draft class. Holy ish. And 2016 was great. And 15 was great. I'm telling you, we had some great drafts. I'm trying to think. Yeah, these last 2 years, guys, both of these seasons, 16 and 17, we had some great drafts. Who's healthy cruising? I forgot what. I'm trying to think of it. Shepard, I think you're talking about. What's up, Cowboys abroad? How you doing? D. Will says Saints have to win tonight for Dallas. Exactly, D. Will. Morris or Rod Smith? I mean, look, for the future, I say Rod Smith. But right now, Morris is ripping it up, so I like it. I wanted to let me see, finish up a couple of things here. Cowboys Broad says, are we using Switzer enough? I don't like the way I don't like it either. I don't like that we're doing that same motion handoff run to the receiver, which is Switzer. I don't like that. That's pretty much all we've done on offense with him. So yeah, I agree with you. Except for that one time when Beasley was kind of injured for a short time, we put him in and we threw the ball at him. He made the catch. I think we could use him and use him more as a weapon, as a Zeke. And I don't want to say compare him to Zeke, but I'm comparing him only as a superstar, like that kind of star factor. So if you have someone like Zeke, who is a superstar factor. I'm not saying that Switzer's a superstar, but he has that mentality. He has that ability to really break a game open, like that last game when he ran back that punt. I think he could do that on offense if you put him in an open field, Tyreek Hill kind of situation. We'll see. I think next year you're going to see more of. Again, this always happens. It's just you got to give it that first year. If they're not going to be a first-round pick, you got to wait for the next year. I think Taco is a second-round pick, but we grabbed him in the first. I didn't like the pick, but again, we got to work with what we got, and I think Taco will be much better next year. And again, same thing goes with Jalen Smith. Even though he's a second-year guy, he didn't play last year. I think the same thing goes with Anthony Brown will get better, I hope. But I think these other rookies will get better that are back there now playing together, guys. 3 rookies playing back there. It's difficult to play as a rookie in the NFL as a defensive back. It's hard enough when you're playing with veterans, and you're on your own. Now you got to play with 2 other guys that are also rookies with you, and you got to gel together and trust each other. And that's a big improvement, not just for this season, but for next season. And the future and on. So Rico is going to stay on IR, Goat. He's going to be IR'd officially soon. I mean, he's pretty much been announced that he's going to go on injury reserve. So he's gone for the year. He'll be back next year, though. I think he'll be back strong. Zeus will be back soon, and I think he could be. I mean, we wouldn't keep him for 2 years. Now going to enter a third without having a plan for him to take over for Witten eventually. Let's see here. Beasley will be big. Let's hope. Rack City, how you doing? Can you stay on for the game? No, I cannot, man. I gotta do a bunch of stuff today. That's why I'm doing a little earlier stream. We're gonna do a lot of stuff the next couple of days, guys. So keep your eyes out. Yeah, Richard Ashe does take over for David Irving. Keep that in mind, guys. Could we be like the Patriots last year? Oof, I don't know about that, Buddy Johnson, but I will say, if we get in the playoffs, and that means that we have a healthy Sean Lee, we have a healthy offensive line, we got Zeke back, we got Dak going good. If these things happen, that means we have a good chance to make the playoffs, about an 85% chance to win out, and then we would have an 85% chance or so to make the playoffs. That's a reality that can be accomplished when you look at 7 out of the 9 games this weekend are important to our playoff hopes, and if in 9 out of 9 games are important to our playoff hopes. 7 out of those 9 we need the favorite to win that game. Helps the Cowboys, so the favorite should win 7 out of the 9 games, and that means that we'll be in a fantastic, much better situation next week. And if a couple games happen next week and fall our way, and we win our game, we will probably control our own destiny heading into New Year's Eve, getting Zeke back at home against Seattle. So keep these things in mind. Keep these things in mind, guys. So let me run back to some of these things here. Healthy. Okay, Wayne Gallman is helping me. Okay. I'm sorry. I got confused with somebody else. I think it's the Detroit guy. So I'm sorry about that, cruising. Anthony Mixon, Ryan Switzer, second-year elite. Anthony Brown, we'll see about him next year. T-Mac, how you doing? KFC Watermelon Ed Wells arm thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what all that stuff is, but all good. Most of the stuff is yummy, except for Ed Wells and arm thing. T. Wills or Brown. We'll talk about that later, guys. Let me go through some stuff here real quick with you guys. So Rod Marinelli said in his entire career he's never had rookies play all top 3 cornerback spots in one game. He says he feels very comfortable with Cheeto, with Jordan Lewis, and Xavier Woods, if that's the case on Sunday. So that, is a good sign. That means that, you're hearing Xavier Woods going to be playing. He's going to obviously be playing some cornerback as well as safety, but some cornerback. So that's, good to know. And we got 3 cornerbacks starting we got 3 rookies starting at cornerback. That's crazy and a bit scary. Cowboys are practicing outside. I reviewed that already, guys. About 40 degrees, and it's going to be about 40 degrees for the game. So that's a smart move by Jason Garrett for once. As I said, Tyron Smith did return to a limited status today in practice. La'el Collins, David Irving, and Skandrick all sat out. We know Skandrick's out for this game. Irving is the bigger question mark. I think Collins will play. And Durant was on hand during practice. He didn't pad up in the open practice, but he did. He is going to play. I mean, he did participate in a limited basis, which is good. And guys, just a quick Super Bowl odds. The Patriots are 12-5 to win the Super Bowl. Steelers 9-2. Eagles 6-1. Vikings 17-2. Saints 10-1, and Rams 12-1. So there's a quick rundown of the way you see these top teams right now emerging. Remember, we're wearing our first time ever jerseys with this combination, our navy blue jersey with a white color rush pants. So that's the first time the Cowboys have ever done that. And it's the first time since the year 2000, that the Giants are wearing white jerseys at home. One last little tidbit of information. I spoke about it yesterday. I want to reiterate it because it's such an important thing, I think. But if you were to merge the time that Ezekiel Elliott and Alfred Morris have been playing starting running back spot and just take their stats, their rushing stats for the Cowboys through the 12 games this season, they'd have 1,090 rushing yards combined. So almost 1,100 yards rushing combined in 12 games. And that's with 4 games of Alfred Morris. So Zeke would have gotten probably more than Alfred Morris. Le'Veon Bell currently leads the entire NFL in rushing with 1,057 yards. Does anything have to be said about that? If Zeke had his 4 games, who'd be the best right now? I think we all know. Zeke. So let me go through some of these questions, guys. I went over the stats yesterday, and the last 2 days for the Giants. They're 32nd in defense. They're 30th in passing. They're 32nd in total yards given up. That means they're the worst in rushing and total yards in the NFL. And giving up points, they're 23rd. In scoring points, they're 31st. In yards, they're 28th on offense. In passing, they're 22nd in passing yards. And on rushing yards, they're 27th on offense. I mean, horrific stats. And again, even though they might have a little boost this week with Eli's situation, with the firing of Ben McAdoo and that whole fiasco, even with all that stuff, you can't just. It's not going to be enough, I think, for the Giants in a realistic way. So, sorry to say, New York Giants, but I think we're going to come in there, and if we run the ball, establish a running game, and just score touchdowns, not field goals, kind of doing all these the things that we're supposed to do, I think we're going to be perfectly fine against the Giants this week and pull out a victory, a win, and give the Giants what we call an L. So, guys, let me know what you guys are doing out there. How you all doing? Joseph Sirianni, what's up? Sirianni, Rip Eagles. Not yet. Eagles are doing well. T-Mac leaked. Okay. D-Will can be threatened to playoffs. SCNL Network, hey, what's up? Go Falcons tonight. See, here we go. SCNL. Go New Orleans Saints. I got my UCF Knights. They're, as you can see, black and gold. Or kind of black. It's kind of faded. But black and gold, guys. And that are the Saints colors. I'll be wearing that hat tonight. Cheering on the Saints. Because we need this for if the Falcons lose, guys, they drop to 7-6, and we win, beat the Giants, we're 7-6. Now they have us on tiebreaker, but they have to play New Orleans again, and they have to play a couple other tough games as well. So I don't know. I think the Falcons are going to. I know they get Carolina at the end of the season. They get a couple things going to happen. So they need to lose their games. They need to lose as many games now as possible. The quicker the better. That means we control our own destiny sooner. If the Falcons, the Panthers, and Seahawks start losing games. And the Packers and Lions lose one. So we'll see what happens, guys. Yes, Zeke is innocent, in my opinion. Let's see here. You want Saints to hold L's? I know the Eagle fans want the Saints to lose tonight. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Saints are going to win. By the way, in case you didn't get me on those picks, I think Saints will win tonight. And I think it will be... Even though it's in Atlanta, I think the Saints will control the game and pull away towards the third and fourth quarter. Buddy Johnson, what's up? Do you think we could cut Des Bryant in the offseason? I'd hope we can find a way to trade him some way if someone would be willing to take that big salary cap hit, which is the issue. But they would just probably other teams would rather just wait us out until we cut him. Then I say keep him. So let's see here. What the Panthers do in the South? Nah, I just want the Panthers to fall out. I want the Seattle Seahawks to fall out and the Falcons to fall out and the Packers and Lions to lose one game. If that happens, guys, it means they have to lose. Those teams I just mentioned have to lose at least one games for the Packers and Lions, and the other three have to lose 2 games or so. We win out. We have a good chance to make the playoffs. Very good chance. Zach Martin's a great player. What's up, Dallas Cowboy fan 1980? What's up? You hate to say this, guys, but you're a Saints fan tonight. We need the Falcons to lose tonight as well as other teams to get in. That is true. Those are facts, and that's why, as you can see, I'm wearing my black and gold, my alma mater, UCF Knights, baby. Black and gold. That's tonight's colors, guys, for the Cowboy fans, for Cowboy Nation. So, listen, we gotta make sure we cheer on those Saints. This is a kind of a mini Cowboy game tonight, guys. So I would love to stream it. It's just a busy week this week. A lot of stuff planned for the weekend. So, with family stuff. So, going to try to make as many videos as much as possible. I'm going to cut off here soon, guys. The game's about to start. Saints at Falcons. Go Saints tonight, guys. Down with the Falcons. Got to have the Saints keep winning. Got to have the Vikings keep winning. Got to have the Rams keep winning. Especially this week against the Eagles. It'd be nice to see them beat them. And if that continues to happen, they pull away from Rams will pull away from Seattle, and the Vikings will pull away from Green Bay, Detroit, and the Saints will pull away from Carolina and Atlanta. So these are the things we need to happen because we can win tiebreakers with Carolina. We can win tiebreakers, we might win tiebreakers with Detroit. We might win tiebreakers we lose them to Atlanta, we lose them to Green Bay, and that's what we need to lose. So we can win this. If we have to beat Seattle to stay alive. So we beat Seattle, we win tiebreakers. So again, guys, a lot of things that are coming down here to the wire. We have a quarter of our season left to go, and we're still alive. That's all we can ask for right now. And if we win out, we're at about 85%. And if we win out with these other things helping us, we control our own destiny. We might just make the playoffs. We got to take it week by week, guys. I think we're in good shape. Let me finish up with some of these last comments, guys. Trade Dez to Browns. Let's hope so. I doubt it, though. They fired their entire staff. So they're the GMs. What's up, Stronger King? How you doing? What's up, man? I'm going for the Rams this week, and I think the Rams do win, but I think it's going to be a tough played game. It's in L.A., so we'll see. Cut Dez. I didn't think cut Dez. I said, no, you don't cut Dez. Well, I know the other guy did. DJ Crown J, you retracted your message. Anything, trade him to the Browns. There you go. Falcons will win. OMFMG, Google. I think without the Cowboys involved, I still think the Saints are going to win tonight. I just don't think the Falcons are consistent enough They might be great tonight and win, but I'm just saying I think they can win. But I don't think they're consistent enough to say they're going to win tonight. So I think the Saints are more consistent. They have a better defense. They have a better offense, and they've been on a roll, obviously. So I think the Saints win tonight. And I don't think they have much of a struggle. I think it might be close to about the middle of the third to the beginning of the fourth. I think the Saints pull away. And for us, in the end, that works out fantastic. So, yeah, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, Dallas Cowboy Fan 1980. We love your streams. Check out his channel, guys, right here. Dallas Cowboy Fan 1980. He has some great stuff on there. I love his little, true feelings out there. And that's what it's about, being real about your Cowboy love, your fandom, whatever you want to call it. So let's see here, guys. Let me see here. Dez to Terry to Browns. Let's see. We'll see, guys, Joseph. It'll be great to see that happen. I would not have a problem with that personally, not because I hate Dez, but because I think we get more out of that, and we have enough receivers. We have to draft the receiver, so be it. But we have enough people back there. We can still do okay without Dez. I know Dez helps a lot, even as a decoy, but we can't be paying an elite receiver decoy money to him. We gotta have either the elite receiver or someone else. So we'll see. The consistency is what hurts Dez Bryant. Let's see here. Joseph Sirianni. Yes, we have the Eagles week 17. And that's the thing. If the Eagles don't have anything to play for, whether it's because of the first seed or because of the third seed or the fourth seed, they're locked into their spot, they'll probably rest their guys, and that'll make things a little easier for us. Either way, I don't care. We got to beat them with or without their full squad or whatever it may be. I don't care. So, we might have to see them in the playoffs again. And in the playoffs, I want to beat them. So we'll see what happens. I don't want to count the chickens before they hatch. But I don't know. I think the Cowboys, if they can squeak in the playoffs, are a different team than they were week 1. Different team than they were week 8. Even when we were on a roll during those weeks with the 49ers, with the Redskins, with the KC game. That was our best points of the season, the best point of the season. And I think that if we get in the playoffs, we'll be at our pinnacle. And I think we could possibly be going higher. So I don't think we've hit the end if we get into the playoffs. I think we actually keep rolling. So I think teams will be scared of us if we get in there. So let's see. SCNL says if Falcons and Panthers win against the Vikings, we will be in first place. Yeah, I know, but that's the problem, though. I don't think the Panthers are going to beat the Vikings. See, Vikings are going to beat the Panthers, and I think New Orleans is going to beat the Falcons. I think the exact opposite of what you're saying is going to happen. I truly think that. So, I mean, I've picked the Vikings to be the number 1 seed in the NFC right now. So, and they are. And I picked them to be, I think they'll be the team that, if not, obviously I would hope the Cowboys, but I think if it's realistically looking, I think the Vikings have the ability to get to the Super Bowl easier than the other 5 teams in the playoffs on the NFC side. So, I think that Vikings are the number 1 seed, and I think they will stay there. And I think they're going to beat the Panthers, which, by the way, guys, tremendously helps us. And I think Saints beat the Falcons, which, again, guys, tremendously helps us. Both these things help us a lot. That's 2 spots right there in front of us that dropped. And if we win, we're 1 behind Carolina, and we're tied with Atlanta. So, then it's about Seattle playing Jacksonville. We need Jacksonville to win. That happens now. We're 1 behind Seattle, and that's for 2 spots, guys. So we still be behind them, but it's still 2 spots open. So it's not just 1 wild card spot. We're talking about 2 wild card spots. So we got 3 teams fighting for 2 spots. And if Green Bay can lose to the Browns or some kind of miracle, or the Lions with a hurt Stafford loses to Tampa, that helps us tremendously. So these things would propel us into possibly soon controlling our own destiny. Again, guys, this is the best case scenario. Let's be realistic. We have a lot of things have to happen to go our way. The Cowboys put themselves in this situation, and we can't, go back on that now. Can't cry over spilled milk, as I say. So let's see, guys. I'm finishing this up right here. Do videos with us. I know I would love to do videos with Dallas Cowboy Fan 1980. It'd be a great idea. I don't know if he does live stream, but that's a great idea, though, Rack City. And if you're out there, Dallas Cowboy Fan 1980, let me know, man. Comment. You can send an email. That we have a Twitter, so you can send me messages. However, and we'll figure out something. If you ever want to do something, I would love to do some kind of Google chat or some kind of Google Hangout live stream with you to really explore. Because I think we both see eye to eye on a lot of things. I love your videos because you do make a lot of sense to me. And there's a lot of Cowboy fans that make good points as well. But I seem to agree with you more than most. So. So much appreciated you dropping into the channel here, man. And guys, all you guys, sub up to him for sure. He's got some great stuff on there and true passion for this Cowboys thing, man. So this is what Cowboy Nation is all about. Guys, could be a trap game. definitely one you have to watch. Every game is a trap game for the Cowboys, and I don't mean that in a negative way towards the other teams that we have coming up to us, like Seattle and Philly and Oakland even, but they're all must-wins. This is the playoffs. Dak said it yesterday. This is like the playoffs right now, so that's it. This is all playoffs, and tonight is a playoff game. So, guys, they're about to kick off in a couple minutes. Saints at Falcons. All Cowboy Nation, we're all rooting for right here, guys, the black and gold. Go Saints tonight, guys. I do think they win. I think they pull away in the late third, early fourth. I think they end it. And in the process of this, helping the Cowboys get a little step closer, chopping off a little more of that 15% we need to catch up on. Now it's 14% if they win. Let's look at it that way. All right, guys. Fantastic stream tonight, guys. Thank you so much. Let me see how long we've been going for here. I'm pretty sure it's been over a half an hour or so. But I much appreciate all you guys in here. Again, guys, a reminder, hit that like button for the stream. If you can, if you're new, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget, hit that notification bell at the bottom of your screen there. And let me just double check here, guys. All right, we're going 40 minutes. That's about 10 minutes over than what I definitely wanted to go. So we got a good 45 minutes in here, guys, by the time I wrap this thing up. So I appreciate all you guys in here. Yes, go Saints tonight, guys. It helps the Cowboy Nation, the Cowboy team. We're going black and gold tonight, guys, over the red and black and white over there of the Falcons. We got to win this game. When I say we, I say the Saints. Saints got to win this game tonight for our Cowboys right here, guys. So when 11:30 comes tonight or so on the East Coast, we might just be about, instead of 85%, if we win out, we might be at 86% if we win out, or 87%. Keep that in mind if the Saints win the night and beat the Falcons. So, guys, thanks again. Much love out there, guys. Stay safe. Have a great night. Great night. And never, ever forget, guys, forever, now, and forever, you know what the deal is, guys. Go Cowboys! Woohoo! And tonight, go Saints. UCF, black and gold, baby. Let's do this, guys, and never, ever, ever forget. Go Cowboys.